creating pieces for other families who have lost their daughters, their mothers, their partners, to keep their stories going.
For Amari Maynard, these beautiful portraits come from a place of pain.
Being able to take these kind of dark emotions and then turn them into pieces of art that are beautiful and vibrant, it's a tangible way for me to see growth.
In 2019, on September 23rd, Amari's partner, Shamani Gibson, gave birth to their second child, a baby boy named Kari.
She ended up with a C-section.
But that joyous moment quickly spiraling.
But when we got home, you know, she was complaining about chest pain, she was complaining about shortness of breath. We had called the hospitals, and every time we did call, it was, just have a rest. If anything gets worse, give us a call back. We were disregarded and we were disregarded until, she had sharp chest pains one day and couldn't make it up the steps.
The first thing I thought of was a pulmonary embolism. And so when she was sharing the symptoms, I was like, Shamani, it sounds like this. And she was like, no, Ma, they checked me in the hospital and they said that I was clear.
Shamani had less than 2 weeks at home with her child. But then the unthinkable happened. Shamani tragically suffering from a pulmonary embolism, a blood clot in her lungs, a condition that doesn't have to be deadly if discovered and treated properly.
Telling Anari that her mother passed away was hard. She asks us about her mother all the time.
An unimaginable pain felt by far too many now single fathers in America as Black women grapple with a rate of maternal mortality that can feel crushing.
Black women are 4 times more likely to die than their white counterparts with the same symptoms. Why is that?
This is a growing epidemic in our community.
Hundreds and thousands of men are going through this same situation.
This health crisis now the focus of a new Hulu documentary, Aftershock, released by Disney's Onyx Collective and ABC News Studios.
I've never lived in this house without her.
You just got to keep pushing forward. I can't let Amber be another statistic.
The film profiling the families, healthcare providers, and activists on the front lines fighting for birthing justice.
Shamani Gibson, we hear you, we see you.
The documentary is co-directed and produced by Paula Eizelt and Tanya Lewis-Lee.
I think often people think of maternal health as a woman's issue, but maternal health is an infant's issue, it's a father's issue, it's a family issue.
Paula Eizelt was pregnant during filming and says she understands this issue intimately.
I think I drew a lot from my own personal experience, and being in the thick of it while doing it, I think just gave me just so much of a point of connection. Bruce McIntyre knows what deep loss feels like. The love of his life, Amber Rose Isaac, passing away in April 2020.
Amber had such a pregnant glow to her. She was just so excited. During her second and third trimester, we started noticing she was having headaches, she was getting dizzy, and she was having a tough time breathing. And all of her concerns were being taken lightly.
Bruce says by the time her symptoms were taken seriously, it was too late.
She was constantly just being ignored time and time and time again. And it actually took a midwife. It took a midwife of ours to make the discovery that, hey, Amber's not doing too well.
She had HELP syndrome, a complication that can be treated if caught early. It left Amber with elevated liver enzymes and a dangerously low platelet count.
Her blood was thinning out. Her blood was like water at the point where they caught it.
Doctors performed an emergency C-section, but Amber did not survive.
Thank you for all the brothers who came, and I'm definitely grateful for what we're able to do.
Bruce and Amari are now members of a group no one wants to join, but we see them in the film turning their pain into a new purpose. You have been able to reach out to other men. Why is that so important to you?
After Shamani passed, two gentlemen that, I didn't know, met through IG, reached out to me. I just felt like I had to do that for somebody else.
My lady died, like you said, you felt helpless. I felt the same way. I watched her take a last breath.
You don't have the control, you don't have the power. But with that said, you could have the support.
Now he's painting portraits as presents for those who share similar experiences, like the one here of Amber Rose, a gift for Bruce. Amber's family currently in an ongoing lawsuit with Montefiore Hospital, which has denied any wrongdoing. The hospital released a statement earlier. Montefiore's maternal mortality rate of 0.01% is lower than both New York City and national averages. Any maternal death is a tragedy. Our hearts go out to Ms. Isaac's family, especially to her mother, our longtime colleague.
What's most devastating is that 60% of these deaths are preventable. And often when women, Black women, complain of pain or discomfort, it is not taken seriously, which is causing these deaths.
Dr. Neil Shah teaches reproductive biology at Harvard Medical School and is working to build more equity and trust in the healthcare system.
What people are dying of is not the clinical condition on the death certificate. It's a failure of communication teamwork every time.
In terms of solutions, we as women really should think about how we want to birth. What are the options out there? You could have a birth in a hospital with a midwife, or you could have a birth at a birthing center with a midwife and a doula.
A 2018 study found that U.S. states with more robust midwifery services reported better maternal care and better birthing outcomes, suggesting that states that have better resources dedicated to healthcare have better results.
So we're thinking about making the first 2 floors the birth center.
Bruce is hoping to open a birthing center in his own community in the Bronx.
I think it's time that we finally get rid of this assembly line model of care. It's time that we redirect the course of birthing equity towards better birthing solutions. I look at what Mommy Till did for Emmett Till. She had to have an open casket funeral in order for people to fully understand what these people have done to her son. And, I needed to expose what the medical industry had done to Amber.
No woman should be dying in childbirth in 2022. That is unacceptable. So with that, I also hope that there's accountability here. Own the racism that's embedded in the system.
The families letting their loved ones' spirits guide their activism. Shawnee,
yes, ma'am.
Your daughter had dreams, she had goals. Let's bring her to life for people right now.
Shamani was funny, fiery, over the top, colorful. She lived 11,200 and some odd days. She died one day. Don't get it twisted. That one day doesn't get to take the energy, the essence of her life away. So my daughter lives, and we're sitting here because of her.
Our thanks to Robin. Aftershock is now streaming on Hulu.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.